We're at South High School's Acuity Fieldhouse, where tonight the Red Wings host the Bayport Pirates. Alongside the coach, Chris Wright, I'm Mike Martin. Chris, South comes in 0-11. I mean, nobody saw this coming.
No, not at all. And, you know, you look at the roster right now, it's completely turned over. There's just two seniors left on the team, Jake Knuth and Matt Schrader. And besides from that, we're going very, very young. And the problem with the young thing is it's nice to gain experience and thing, but hopefully these kids will grow a little bit. But they got a tough task tonight. They got Bayport. Bayport's got a tough week. They got to come down to Sheboygan twice in a week, which I don't understand the scheduling. Have
we ever talked about the way they schedule games in this conference?
No, they only play the other Division I, so they only have to come to Sheboygan once. Neither team will have to go up there. So, it's going to be tough for them going on the road. And, obviously this is one they want to get. Tough loss for Bayport the other night against Manitowoc. But preseason state-ranked Bayport, so I'm really interested to see what they have.
Well, Bayport comes in 7-4, and you mentioned they lost to Manitowoc, who's got a losing record.
Yeah.
You would think that South has a pretty good chance tonight if they can catch Bayport, rubbing their wounds from the other night.
Well, I got to be honest with you, as much as I was not impressed with Manitowoc whatsoever, not at all. And, for them to lose at home to a Manitowoc squad, now I know they have Austin Mecca, but, he doesn't always impress me as much as I think he's capable either. But, they did lose at home, and now they got to go on the road, and they're probably looking at each other, too. I kind of watched them warm up and stuff like that. I've seen a couple state-ranked teams play this year and things like that. That's why I said before, I'm excited to see what they're all about.
Pretty good matchup with Steve Minzlaff and Matt Schrader. Minzlaff averaging 18 points a game. Schrader a little over 15. That could be a pretty good, interesting matchup. I don't know if they'll guard each other, but...
Well, what I'm thinking is about let's go with size here. What are they going to do with some size and see what's going on with, height? Can Sheboygan South rebound? You look at the Bayport kids, they are a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger. So I think one of the keys of South, number one, is obviously for the rest of the years, they're going to have to shoot well, and two, really control to limit the number of shots that Bayport gets off as well.
All right, with that, we're going to step out. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off for tonight's basketball game.
Local government, local educational institutions, and local community members all use cable access TV to communicate their message. They depend upon it as an affordable means of outreach. Public educational and government access television empowers local government agencies, individuals, and groups to use the media to speak directly to their constituents in a more direct and cost-effective way. Make sure everyone has a voice. Support your local PEG channels.
When you're behind the wheel, always watch for people walking and biking. It's Wisconsin law to give bikes at least 3 feet when passing. In Wisconsin, the laws are the same for bicyclists and motorists. So if you bike, ride with the traffic and obey stop signs and lights. People ride bicycles to go places, get exercise, reduce pollution, save money, and have fun. Watch for people riding bikes when you're driving. Share and be aware. We're all responsible.
Did you know that 90% of all eye injuries can be prevented by simply wearing proper eye protection? I'm Dr. Tamara Fountain for the American Academy of Ophthalmology. I see firsthand how vision problems can affect lives. We recommend that every household keep protective eyewear on hand to use during home projects and other activities that can cause injuries. Know your risks, save your sight. To learn more about eye health, visit geteyesmart.org.
I wouldn't let my peeps drive drunk. Do you? Do you? Do you? I got one. Do you? Actually, I got 2. Designated drivers, that is. Keep your head screwed on straight. Don't drive drunk. I don't. Do you? Do you? Do you? Don't drink and drive. We don't. Do you?
Brought to you by Rad, Terry Fader, and My Safe Ride Home. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
I'm looking for my safe ride home. Do you?
Back at South High School's Acuity Fieldhouse, Sim Safford getting ready to announce the starting lineups, and hopefully Kerry will be able to run the clips we did of the players and see a little bit of an individualization of the starting lineup. Our referees tonight are going to be Joel Wondra from Fond du Lac and Ben Rank from Kiel. A couple of good ones.
And now, let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the Bayport Pirates. 6'4", senior number 1, Steven Minzlaff.
Minzlaff is the guy we talked about in the opening.
Ryan Frieder. 6'2",
Frieder's a senior. Segel's a 6'2" junior. We didn't talk about him, but you'll hear us talk about him. He's a good one. Greybig, number 25, rounding out the starting lineup. Bayport is coached by Nate Reichel in his 8th year.
6'1", senior number 3, Ben
Matt Schrader, guard. Senior, Robbie Schrader, forward. Senior, Jake Knuth, forward, senior year.
I'm Carter Amundsen. I'm a guard. I'm a junior.
Connor Harrison, I'm a guard. I'm a sophomore.
6'1", sophomore number 41, Connor Harrison. Red Wings head coach, Tim Schultz, assistant Andrew Dam.
Tim Schultz is also in his 8th year. South comes in 0-11, 0-5 in conference. Bayport 7-4. Overall, 5-1 in conference. South lost their last game at Ashwaubenon, 56-46, but played a real good game. Bayport must have played real bad, Chris. They lost they lost to Manitowoc at home. You'd mentioned that in the opening, 51-42. Just a little bit about Peyton Armstrong. He's averaging 6.4 rebounds a game and 4.5 assists a game, which is really outstanding.
Yeah, he's number 52 ranked senior in the state. I'm going to talk a little bit about their schedules, and as we go along here, Manitowoc, of course, was a big surprise over Bayport. We'll redo it. But Bayport has lost to preseason ranked Appleton West, honorable mention Arrowhead, and 2nd Division II Seymour. So 3 of their 4 losses are against excellent teams. It was just a Manitowoc game that was just a big shock.
Amundsen controls the tap for South. They've got it. Matt Schrader being guarded closely by Peyton Armstrong, and he forces the turnover. Minzlaff is averaging 18 points even per game, scoring and 7.5 rebounds a game. That's Minzlaff in the corner. Armstrong driving to the hoop, and he gets fouled. I believe Carter Amundsen's going to get that. Pick up that foul. That'll be his first.
On the flip side, Sheboygan South has not played 4 of the 5 lower teams in the conference. They haven't played East or West. They haven't played Manitowoc, and they haven't played Southwest, which is a very good basketball team. But right now they're down a little bit. They played some of the tougher teams. But my point is, if you look at the, South has played all the upper teams, and you look at Sheboygan North, they haven't played any of the big teams. Their first big test will be tonight up at Ashwaubenon.
It'll be interesting to see. We'll have to wait till tomorrow in the paper to see if. Baz, nice shot inside for South. Knuth with the basket.
Yeah,
if Gusky can play.
Yep.
He's been
he's
not tailed off, but he's had an ankle injury.
Yeah.
It's hurt
doing
him.
okay, but not 100% is the rumor I've heard from my son.
Minzlaff just backs Knuth down and scores easily.
He's their leading scorer.
Actually, Connor Harrison had him. Amundsen wanted to get it to Schrader. Inside feed to Selk is tipped away. Another turnover for the Red Wings. Armstrong, wide open look, couldn't get the three-pointer to go, and then South tips it out of bounds. Harrison going for the rebound, couldn't control it. 4-2 early on, 6:32 left in the first quarter. We're here at South Security Fieldhouse. Minzlaff, another easy 2. They have to find an answer for him, Chris. In JV action, Bayport has a good JV squad. They won easily. Long pass to Amundsen, to Harrison for 2.
Well, a lot of those JV players are now on the varsity.
Yeah, that makes a difference too.
Jeff Fristow is having a very nice season, and
the final of that game, Chris, was 74-46. Bayport. Schrader going hard, no basket. They're going to call a foul on Jake Knuth. Illegal screen. Oh, that one hurts, Chris.
Yep.
Takes 2 points off the board. Peyton Armstrong brings it up. He had a couple of free throws early on. He has 2 points. Boy, Minzlaff flashed open underneath, but they missed him. Armstrong's drive to the hoop is no good. Harrison with a nice pass over to Selk. He puts it up and no good, but he is fouled. He'll be shooting a pair. Good kick down. Frieder for the Pirates commits a foul. And Sam Selk is at the line shooting a pair.
Sam Selk started off on the JVs, would get a couple quarters on the varsity, and
when we did those clips, actually early in the year, he had already been up on the varsity practicing, but he is still full-time, I think, with the JVs. But Coach Schultz would bring him up to practice, and I think that first game we had, he was actually on the team, too.
I think he played like later, second, because you have a limit on quarters played.
Yeah, exactly. What can they play now, 22 games?
I think
whatever
it is.
Let's say it's 20 games. Your maximum is 80 quarters, and it's 4.
Right, 4 per game.
Yeah. Mitzlaff looking inside, gets it inside to Armstrong, who kicks it back out. Frieder's shot is no good. Connor Harrison with the nice rebound. Deep pass. Shot is up and in by Cody McLaughlin.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is 22 games.
26 is baseball.
Yep.
We're all tied up. Pardon me, South on top, 7-6. Minzlaff right down Main Street puts it up and in. Ball almost stolen away. Schrader inside to McLaughlin, who puts it up and in again. Nice pass by Schrader. It's 9-8 South. South playing good defense. Good cutoff of the baseline.
Can't leave him, though.
Oh, right down, right to the basket, and he scores.
Connor went with the double, but I don't think that's the guy you want to double there. I don't think you want to get off Minzlaff there. He's 4 of 4, Minzlaff from the field.
Whew. Armstrong picks up that foul. Each team now with 2 team fouls. Armstrong's going to go out of the game. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Reichel's philosophy is regarding playing with 2 fouls in the first half. 3-pointer is up and good by TJ Pitch. 12-10.
Another sophomore pitch.
Minzlaff backing Jackson down, but then he dishes it off over to Tucker Noah, who puts it in. We're all tied at 12. Oh, saw that one up here. McLaughlin shuffling the feet.
Checking in for South 43, Matt Miller.
Matt Miller in for the Red Wings, another sophomore.
Wow, they are young, and young. You look at Bayport, 4 of their first 5 scorers are all seniors.
Minzlaff again. Holy cow, he's 10 points this quarter.
He might get his average by the first quarter. Don't throw it back. Good job.
Pitch on a nice drive, but was cut off. Good defense played that time by Vandermeus. Pitch has it underneath, kicks it back out. Pirates playing good defense too, Chris.
I was thinking, Marty, just good patience by South. Just get a good shot.
Jackson right down Main Street. He puts it up and in, but the foul was called before the shot. So wipe it away. Foul goes on Vandermeus. Jordan Jackson going out, but I'll tell you, he had a good stretch there, Chris. I thought he played real nice when he was on the floor. Shot is no good by Miller, but McLaughlin tips it back out. South has control. 2:35 left in the quarter. Bayport on top, 14-12. Kick out the pitch. His three-point attempt is around and down. He's got a couple of threes, Chris.
And the lead at the 2-minute mark.
15-14, almost stolen away by Harrison. Vandermeus got around him, shot around and in.
Wow.
He's a man among boys.
Nice fast break.
Yeah, I was going to say they handled the press pretty well that time. And then McLaughlin commits a silly foul. That'll be his first.
Growing pains for these young men.
First personal, checking in for South, number 35, Jordan Jackson. Number 3, Schrader for Bayport. Number 2, Ryan Fugelstad.
Melcher has it on top for the Pirates. Three-point attempt is no good by Fogelstead. Jackson off the glass and in. And South on top, 17-16. We get a timeout by Bayport. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. There's 1:27 left in the quarter. South on top, 17-16. Chris, Bayport trying to put some pressure, but South attacking.
Yeah, and I think Coach Reichel's just sick of the motion again. Sick of the routine. They're just, Bayport's not out with a lot of fire. We're just going to go through the routine and we're going to just beat South, just like we're going to beat Manitowoc. And they got stung.
Doesn't work that way.
No. So I think the quick timeout for the attention. But you're right, Marty. Taking care of the press is key for South. And, you're going to get a lot of pressure when they're a little smaller, a little younger, less experienced. And as they get older, they're going to get better.
Armstrong back in the game, Chris. Harrison draws him. He drives it to the hoop, round off the glass, no good. But Bayport got the rebound, and then Fogelstead was fouled. One of the shorter guys on the floor. Falls on Harrison. Good shot of Fogelstead. Now I want you to understand how this works. Bayport is 3 for 3 from the line, Chris. The score is tied at 17.
There's a good shot.
Had the same shot before. Eric's a man down there behind that camera.
Worked.
That's right. Oh, Sam off the foot. Joe Schultz coming in. Richard Bartson up here doing the top camera, and Kerry Kautzer, the head man in the truck directing tonight. So we got the A-team tonight. Oh, pitch. Not good defense, but he got bailed out with a block. Pitch has it. .25 seconds left. I think South might be playing for one, unless Schrader finds an opening. Oh, bad play. Turnover. And Bayport
should be off pitch.
Yeah, I was going to say they didn't turn it over. It looked like South hit it on the way out. Now Coach Reichel brings in the first teamers. 14.7 seconds left. Clock rolling down to 10. Mitzlaff has it on top. Schrader backs off now. Foul underneath on South. I don't think they're going to give him free throws on this. Schrader picks up the foul. It's a 5th team foul for South. 5 different players have one. Shot is good at the buzzer by Tyler Sagel. Oh, man. And it was a 3. 20-17, Bayport on top at the end of 1.
It's your home, it's your dream.
I thought that Armstrong had...
Keep it healthy and clean, make it green, green, green.
Making it green starts from the ground up, so make sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Test your home for the presence of radon. Go to epa.gov/radon.
Make it green, green, green.
Time was, kids did what came naturally, spending free time running through the grass, exploring streams. But times have changed. Today's indoor kids spend more than 7 hours in front of electronic media. That's why National Wildlife Federation created the Be Out There movement. Outdoor play improves kids' health, body, mind, and spirit. It helps them stay fit, enhances creativity, and could even make them better students. There's a reason they call it the Great Outdoors. Learn more at beoutthere.org.
And we're off in the second quarter. I think I gave some false information in that first quarter, Chris. Peyton Armstrong only has 1 foul. I thought he had 2. And Mitzlaff missed a shot. Oh, man. He's going South now. Connor Harrison from outside the line couldn't get it in. He had a nice open 3-point attempt. Mitzlaff, kick out to Sagel. Bango. 2 in a row for him.
Yep.
23-17, and a steal. Shot is no good. Shot attempt by Frieder, pardon me. Schrader with a 15-footer is off.
It's his first shot attempt.
Yeah, that's pretty surprising. Taking it hard to the hoop, couldn't get it, and then staying with it though. Knuth finally got it in. Took South 3 attempts, but they got a basket. Oh, backdoor cut and an easy basket for Ryan Grabig.
Schrader against Mitzlaff. He gets fouled. He'll be at the line shooting a pair for Steven Minzlaff. That'll be his first.
Fouls on number 1, Steven Minzlaff. First personal to the line, number 3, Matt Schrader, 2 shots.
Matt Schrader is going to shoot a pair.
Comes in averaging 15 and doesn't have a point, Marty.
Yeah, that's surprising, and that free throw looked a little like Ryan Evans, very flat. Get it up in the air a little better. 25-20, Bayport on top. Armstrong hard to the hoop, and stepping in and blocking the shot was Jake Knuth.
Armstrong also no points tonight. He comes in at 6.5. He's 0 for 4.
I was surprised to see he's averaging 4.5 assists a game. I don't believe he has any assists yet tonight. Schrader has it on top. South hanging tough. Connor Harrison takes it inside the lane, couldn't get a layup to go. And South starting to miss some bunnies, Chris. Can't afford that against
no
Bayport.
It's right there for the taking, just down by 5.
Minzlaff from outside the line. He bricked that one. And then Armstrong steals it away. Knuth had the rebound, brought it down below his knees, and that's when Armstrong stole it. Minzlaff loads up from three-point land again and makes me eat my words. 28-20.
He's 7 of 9 from the floor.
Both his misses coming in the second quarter. Over to Amundsen in the corner. He's guarding by Grobig. And stolen away again. Grobig with the tip, and there's Minzlaff with a layup off an assist. And timeout by South, a full timeout. Minzlaff has 17 points already. It's 30-20. We're going to take a short break and be right back.
Hello, I'm Dr. Regina Benjamin, U.S. Surgeon General. Breastfeeding is a preventive measure that can protect babies from illnesses and infections, and there are also health benefits for mothers. While 75% of American mothers start out breastfeeding, only 13% of babies are exclusively breastfed at the end of 6 months, and the rates are much lower for African American infants. Whether you're a grandmother or an employer, you can help make it easier for moms to breastfeed. For more information, please go to surgeongeneral.gov.
Back at South High School's Acuity Fieldhouse, Tim Schultz called that timeout to try and stop the pirate wave going on here in the second quarter, Chris.
Yeah, Bayport, all their shooters are 3 of 15 except for 1. He's 7 of 9.
Whoops.
And that's Steven Minzlaff.
Well, we're also loading up on some threes. We got 3 so far in the game, 2 in this quarter. The one that hurt was that one at the end of the first quarter. Sagal hit that one right before the buzzer to give Bayport a 20-17 lead. And they've just continued that. And here in the second quarter, Sagal had another one, and then Minzlaff just hit a 3.
Well, South 6 in the quarter, Marty.
Well, Bayport comes out in a 1-3-1 trap, Chris. See how South handles this. Almost stolen. Schrader.
There we go.
Got it in. Good work of the ball that time by the Red Wings. 30-23. Grobig's 3 is no good, but Bayport's Fugelstedt gets the rebound. Armstrong takes it to the hoop but gets fouled. Falls on South's number 25, Carter Amundsen. That's his second. Armstrong was 2 for 2 To start the game, actually. Didn't work that time. He's 3 for 3. See if that works. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It worked. They're 4 for 6. 31-23.
Harrison with his 3rd rebound.
Connor's been very active in tonight's game. He's picked, had to guard Minzlaff.
Job on that cut. And McLaughlin.
Tyler Zietz in the game. And they're going to get Armstrong. Now he will have his 2nd foul.
Bayport staff wanting a travel there, and they should have got it. And then you get a foul. That's when the coaches get really upset, when you missed one, and then right after that there's a foul.
Vandermeusen and Armstrong is out. Zietz has it on top. Zietz had a nice game up at Ashwaubenon, Chris.
Well, they only lost by like 10 there. They're right in that game.
Mitzlaff couldn't get it. If he had a left hand, he would have made that. Schrader. Oh, he had a nice look, too. It looked like it was going in from our angle.
I thought so, too.
And Bayport throws it out of bounds.
I got the first turnover for Bayport right there.
Really? That is outstanding play. Outstanding ball handling. Melcher in. And checking out is Grobig. Kick down. Nice pass inside to Miller for an easy 2.
Just down 6, Marty.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Got to play some defense again. Sagal has it. The ball is tipped away, and now we got a scrum for it. And it'll be a tie-up. I believe the possession arrow points, well, it does point for South. That's right, because we had the start of the 2nd quarter. South got the opening tip. Bayport took it out at the quarter. Now we have our first tie-up of the game, and South has the possession. Zietz down Main Street, he got it, but no, they're going to call him for the travel.
Now that time, I don't think he traveled.
I didn't see him travel either, unless, well, that doesn't matter anymore. It was a good move by Zietzer, but he couldn't get it in. The Zitzer, Tyler Zietz. You know what we used to call pimples in high school? They still call it a zit?
I don't hear it much.
Not too deep. Had it tipped away. I think it was Knuth tipped it away from Minzlaff. Still 31-25. And not a good decision there.
And another bad decision.
Yeah, well, that was being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Knuth picks up the foul. McLaughlin, pardon me.
Got to be stronger with the ball.
Yep.
I have 9 turnovers for South and 2 for Bayport.
It was the 7th team foul, so Minzlaff will go to the line shooting the 1-and-1. Zietz with the rebound. Kick down to Miller, who's open. He shoots the 3 right away and nails it. The left-hander with a bomber.
Good for him. Hey, this young kid's playing with a lot of heart.
31-28.
Get it.
Another left-hander three-pointer is no
Tyler.
good. Melcher had the open look but couldn't get it. 1:49 left in the first half. It's 31-28 Bayport. Minzleff had it. There's a travel not called. Good hands by Miller, and then we get another scrum.
That one will stay here, though.
Yep. Matt Miller, number 43, has scored 5 points for South. He's got the last 5 points, a 2-pointer and a three-point basket. Jump shot is no good, and then going high above the crowd to get the rebound was Sagal. Another 3-point attempt is no good. And we get a foul on Bayport. That's going to go on Tucker Knoll. Knoll. 6th team foul. Next one will send South to the line. 1:20 left in the first half. Well, a basket here would be huge, Chris. South looking to penetrate, but Bayport doing a pretty good job on the defensive end. Under a minute. Ugh. Oh. Nice save by Pitch. Jackson, the left-hander, wanted to shoot it, takes it in the lane. Had a pretty good look, but didn't come very close. Shot from three-point land is up and good by Sagal. Another 3-point basket for that young man.
He's 3 of 3 from out there, 3 of 4 overall in the game.
34-28, 26 seconds left. He was in rhythm too. I mean, they had the break and he caught it and fired it right up there, nothing but net.
Well, what hurts is South had that possession, and they come up short, and within 5 seconds they hit a 3, and instead of being down by 1,
right,
you're down by 6.
Mark Herman with the good retrieval way down at the end of the field house. Eventually he might come into your screen. Yep, he's hanging out of camera angle. Pitch, jumper in the lane is off, no good.
Uh-oh.
South came away with it, but then I think it was Miller fell down, and it'll be a turnover on him. Bayport will have it with 17.9 seconds left. It's 34-28. We need a stop here, Chris.
Those 2 possessions. Can't allow a bucket here, boys.
Knuth has Minzleff. That'll be a good matchup for those two. Minzleff again, can't use the left hand.
Foul on Knuth.
And at the end of the half, or pardon me, at halftime, the score is 34, Bayport 28 South. Stay tuned now. We got some halftime entertainment. We also have an interview with Coach Schultz. You'll want to watch that. And then we'll have some halftime stats for you, and we'll be back.
The preteen years are a challenging time, but they're also a good time to think about your child's health, which is why, if you're the parent of an 11 or 12-year-old, you need to know about preteen vaccines. Vaccines that can protect your preteen from meningitis, whooping cough, and for girls, the virus that causes cervical cancer. So schedule a checkup for your child today and ask about preteen vaccines, because your preteen might think that they're grown up, but they're counting on you to know better.
Brought to you by DHHS and the CDC.
I can have text all night long, but not when I'm driving.
What's the point of texting me about a party that you might not make it to?
I don't text and drive. Do you?
Do you?
Do you? Did you say text or sex? Hey, I got an idea. As long as you're texting, why don't you write your own obituary, dumb?
I don't
text and drive.
Do you?
We don't text and drive. Do you?
Brought to you by Rad Terry Vader and his cast of thousands. Friends don't let friends text and drive.
Party! Do you?
Sheboygan South's varsity dance team. Let's have another nice round of applause. This dance team at the Freedom Invite, silver in palm of gold.
They ready? Come on, come on. Y'all ready? They ready? We ready? We ready?
Joining me is head coach for the Red Wings, Tim Schultz. Tim, nobody expected a winless start to the season. How are the kids hanging in there?
Oh, the kids are fine. I mean, we look at it as it's one day at a time. We never look behind, never look ahead. So we just go with it. If you show up at practice, see what's going on, the guys are working hard, really good attitudes about things. And, we're just looking, obviously, you'd like to get a victory, but again, if you come and see, practice, it doesn't look anything like we're a team in distress by any means. And guys continue to work hard, really good attitudes. We're young, so it's a lot of learning as we're going along in games.
Now, we talked a little bit before about moving up some of the kids from the JV team up to the varsity. How is that working out, and who did you move up?
Well, good. We have 5 sophomores right now that are on varsity out of the 11 guys that'll be suiting up tonight. So we have Matt Miller, Eric Teschlag, I want to forget anybody, TJ Pitch, Connor Harrison, and Sam Selk. And Harrison and Selk will start for us. They've started games before this year. So it's obviously a learning process for those guys. One of them for sure, Connor, was on varsity last year, but the other guys are learning as we go along.
As long as we're talking about the young guys, we were here earlier in the year and you had some 4th graders that are in the junior program. You got some little older kids tonight. How's that program working out, the Junior Red Wings?
Well, it's a developmental program. It's always, you like to get guys on the same page on what we might do at the high school level. I saw guys play this last weekend. I don't get to see them a lot based on our schedule, but tonight we're going to honor the 5th and 6th graders. They just come out and they get to be introduced and get into the game for free, and it's a nice atmosphere for them.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach, for stopping by, and good luck tonight.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Did you know early signs of eye disease and vision changes start to occur around age 40? I'm Dr. Ann Coleman for the American Academy of Ophthalmology. I see firsthand how vision problems can affect lives. We are urging adults to get a baseline eye disease screening at age 40. If you have any risk factors or signs of eye disease, see an ophthalmologist right away. Know your risks. Save your sight. To learn more, visit geteyesmart.org.
Scoring for Bayport, Steven Minzlaff led all scorers with 17 points. Ryan Fugelstedt had 1. Tyler Sagel had 9. Peyton Armstrong had 3. Ryan Grobig 2 and Tucker Noah 2. For South, Matt Schrader, their high scorer, only had 4 points. Look for him to pick it up in the second half. TJ Pitch, off the bench had 6. Jake Knuth 2. Sam Selk 1. Cody McLaughlin off the bench had 6. Jordan Jackson had a couple of good stints in that first half, had 2. Connor Harrison 2. And Matt Miller, late in the second quarter, had 5 points on a 3-pointer and a 2-pointer. Chris, what do you got for us?
I got 8 South guys scoring. A lot of contribution, a lot of hustle from a lot of guys.
8 for South and 6 for Bayport.
Yeah, I got 9 of 22 shooting for South. They are 4 of 6 from 3. 13 of 33 shooting for Bayport. They are 4 of 10 from 3-point range.
Well, South hanging in there. You see Coach Schultz, along with the rest of the Brain Trust.
Oh, that last minute, I was very disappointed because they had a chance to cut the lead to 1. And 2 possessions they had, and they came up with nothing. And then that 3-pointer there by Sago.
Oh, boy. That was not a good inbounds. Harrison.
That just can't happen.
Grobig with the basket.
So that kind of stuff just, you know, I know you're young, but you played enough basketball. Take care of the ball. I mean, that's just simple things.
Selk on a nice drive to the basket, lays it up and in.
He had 6 rebounds in the first half.
Boy, I'd have never thought that. Good backdoor cut, but not able to get the shot off. And Harrison with another rebound. And a solid kick by Sagel. South will keep it. We mentioned it at the break, Chris. You know, those little things are what hurts South, and the little things at the wrong time. Of course, I don't know if there's ever a right time for a mistake, but
well, you can see there. I mean, they're just close. They just, you know, a couple here and there, a couple possessions. You know, you convert 6 more possessions. That's 12 more points, and over the course of a season, you know, 6 more in a game. That's some wins.
Knuth's shot from 13 feet out is no good. Foot on the line, but the basket is good by Frieder. Shot is up and good by Knuth, and he was fouled.
He's 2 of 4 on the night.
Minzlaff with his second foul. Big Jake. And he finishes off the 3-point play. It's 38-33. Shot from outside the line is no good, but having a good look at it was Sagel, and he's made those 3-pointers, Chris.
Yeah, he has. He was 3 of 3 before that miss.
Schrader had it tipped away on his drive to the basket. Minzlaff loads it and drains it. He's got 20. 31-43. Selk being hounded by Frieder. Amundsen gets it inside to Schrader. His shot rolls off. Boy, he had a good look, but got fouled and it rimmed off for him. Tough break there.
You get a chance to come out this spring, watch Carter Amundsen. He is an outstanding baseball player. Tyler Zeitz, also very good ball player, but I'll tell you, Carter can flat hit. Nice kid, too, and
you're going to have him catching mostly, you think, this year?
Carter, I think he's going to be out and left. And then Johnny Raff will be catching.
That's right, Raff.
He's a good one too.
Schrader 1 for 2 on that trip. It's 41, pardon me, to 34. Minzlaff with 20 points on that last 3. We mentioned that. Over the top. Armstrong made a good decision there, Chris, not to force it. Frieder kicks it back out to Minzlaff. Back to Frieder. He had a nice look and nails it. They worked the ball around really nice, Chris, I think.
Well, their passes are a little more crisp.
Harrison, not a good play there. He had Knuth at the free throw line extended. He could have tossed it in there right at the beginning of the possession, and then on that attempted drive, he kicked it off to Knuth, who was standing right next to him. Grobig with a load up 3, no good. Armstrong going above the crowd again. You know, we had talked about that, or you mentioned it, Chris, about the rebounding aspect, and they're getting out rebounded tonight. And it just seems like they jump higher than us. One thing we haven't had, Chris, is any real long run. South has always hung in there by making a basket here or there. Just they haven't been able to make any runs. An 0 for 2 trip for Armstrong. And good hustle there by Frieder, tipping it out of bounds. South will keep it. Connor Harrison's going to toss it in again.
Boy, Schrader's really been limited tonight.
Yes, he
has. 1 of 4 shooting.
Well, and only 4 shots. I think that's key.
Another bad turnover.
And it looked like it went off of the leg of Sagel, but the referee didn't see it that way.
That was one of those, I'll call a foul on you or give you Bayport the ball. I don't think that was exactly clean there, Marty.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm with you. Nice inside feed to Minzlaff. His 12-footer is off. Oh, Armstrong read that one. He's going to take it to the rack, and he couldn't get it in.
Oh, boy. That's a long way away to make that call. Which way are you going here?
Falls on Sagel. Well, South catching a break there on the turnover. Looked like it was going to be an easy 2. And Armstrong missed the layup. And another turnover, but Zietz stole it back and put it up and in. His points of the game, first points of the game. 8-point lead now for Bayport. They had it up to 10. That's been their biggest lead. Minzlaff trying to make it 11, but can't. And McLaughlin with the rebound. Cody comes over to Wilson. Chris does a little help in the kindergarten room, I think. A couple days a week. I've seen him over there. Timeout by South. It's a full timeout, Kerry, so let's take a short break. There's 3:51 left in the quarter. It's 44-36, Bayport.
Television is a powerful and influential medium that allows different groups the opportunity to produce programming that directly affects their own communities. Public, educational, and government access channels ensure that all people, regardless of race, age, gender, disability, religion, or economic status, have access to local government information and the use of a public communication forum. Make sure everyone has a voice. Support your local PEG channels.
Back at South High School's Acuity Fieldhouse, there you see Tim Schultz talking to his team. Our next game is going to be this Friday, January 11th, when Bayport again comes to Sheboygan. Chris had mentioned that in the opening too. That should be a good game. We also want to remind you about WSCSSheboygan.com. They have all kinds of programming there you'll want to watch. And we'd love you to watch our basketball games, other sports programming, football games. The crew tonight, we have Richard Bartson up by us, Eric Wiesman on the bottom camera, Kerry Kautzer directing. Chris is the color man, and I'm the play-by-play guy.
Turnovers are mounting.
Hey, did you watch the BCS championship last night? Or the butt whooping?
Not for long. Once it was out of hand, so was I.
Oh, bad fall on Connor Harrison over the back. Yeah, it wasn't much of a game, that's for sure.
Harrison just a sophomore. We started last year as a freshman. 16 turnovers now on South.
Jordan Jackson back in, and you know, I'd mentioned when we went through some of the first half stats, I thought he had a good first half. Had some solid minutes. Minzlaff off the glass
nice.
And in.
That was a nice move there.
Back to a 10-point lead for the Pirates, 46-36. Zietz with a long pass and off the hands of TJ Pitch, out of bounds. And did you mention the number of turnovers, Chris?
I did. That makes 17 now.
Yeah. That's me not listening again. I heard you. I just wasn't listening.
No, but it's just too many turnovers.
Yeah, it's... how were they at halftime, by the way?
10.
Okay, so that's still too many.
7 and 5 minutes here, Marty.
Yeah, that's...
And you're only down by 10 points.
Minzlaff puts it up and in. He's a man inside, Chris. He's a good player. Largest lead now at 12, 48-36. Jackson is fouled on the way. Good drive by Jordan Jackson. Falls on Tucker Knoll. See how the left-hander makes his free throws. Oops. I have to get it up a little bit higher.
Oh, are they doing on free throws, Marty? They've missed a bunch.
Not good enough. 1 for 2, 2 for 4, 3 for 6, 3 for 8.
And you can't miss free throws either. I mean, it's just another... And you're only down 12 points.
Oh.
But I keep saying, it's only down 6, you're only down 10, you're only down 12.
He threw a bad pass, and Jordan Jackson unfortunately got his hand on it. Bayport gets it right back. Minzlaff in the lane, pump fake, put it up and in. Too easy. 50-36. He has 26 points, Chris. His average is going up.
And he's 12 of 20 shooting.
Miller, shot is no good.
It's getting away, Marty.
Yep, it certainly is.
Oh, my.
Minzlaff right to the hoop, puts it in. It's 52-36, 16-point lead. South calls another timeout.
You know, it's full timeout. Go ahead.
Full timeout, Kerry. We'll take a short break and be right back.
It's usually pretty hard for an ordinary person to get inside medical research facilities. They don't want the general public really to know what's going on. So much of this research isn't leading to anything that can possibly be helpful. And to allow such barbaric conditions to continue is a very black mark against humanity.
the 5 starters back in quick enough, Marty.
Yeah, we were just talking about it's nice to be able to play a lot of guys, but there are going to be some there is some downturn to that.
Yeah, and
when you got your 5 reserves playing against mostly starters on the other side.
Yep, and tried to get his 5 guys in, but at that time, next thing you know, they ran off 6 quick ones. Instead of being down by 10, now you're down by 16, and
there's 2:07 left in the third, and it's a 16-point lead by Bayport. They've had we talked about not many runs, but I'll tell you, they've grouped a bunch of points together to not enough for South here in the quarter.
And again, they're very young and not very tall.
Schrader taking it down the lane, got the shot off and was fouled, but couldn't make the basket. Foul's going to go on Zach Lorbeck.
He landed on his foot a little different there.
Well, they're calling it on Melcher, 23.
Well, I've mentioned it before. South has yet to play 4 of the 5 teams on the bottom of the league. They have yet to play West and East and Manitowoc, Southwest. So all those teams are, they're not going to not win this year, that's for sure. But they've had a tough start with their schedule. There's no question about it.
Well, they're not making their free throws either. We talked about it or mentioned it before. They're now only 3 for 10 from the line. And Schrader only 2 for 6.
Well, the other thing we talked about, too, is their non-conference schedule. I mean, they've played Kimberly and Milwaukee Hamilton state ranked. They've played just big teams. They played Green Bay New, who's outstanding.
Yeah. Basket is up. Shot is up and good by Rathke for 2. His first points of the game. Knuth from 12, rounding out. It's one thing when you turn the ball over, but then when you get a good shot and you can't make it. Foul's going to go on Knuth again. Going to the line will be Lorbeck. Lorbeck will be shooting a pair.
3 of 6 shooting for South in the quarter. Their problem has been the turnovers, Marty, this quarter. And then missed free throws. That doesn't help either.
Bayport's only 4 for 9 so far in the game.
What do they have?
4 for 10.
Yeah,
Nobody's shooting free throws well tonight. And I actually had that in my notes. I was looking at their stat sheet on the website, and they don't shoot free throws very good. And I thought that might be a benefit for South if it gets late and they're not making free throws. But Amundsen taking it hard to the basket, scores.
First shot attempt for Carter. Outstanding athlete.
South went pretty long without scoring. That was the long run we had mentioned hadn't happened. Bayport had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10-point run, Chris. And that's what broke the game open. It's a 16-point lead right now. We're under 20 seconds left in the quarter. Selk stepping out to help stop the drive. Lorbeck, no good. Got fouled, no call. Minzlaff had the ball tipped out of bounds. .9 seconds left. Hustling out to the corners. Melcher said, give it to me, I'll shoot it. And rebound goes to Knuth, and we're at the end of 3 quarters of play with Bayport 54, South 38.
I assess the needs of a community to make sure that our work will be sustainable.
We are working to change the world.
to make it a better place.
Through our sustainable engineering projects, thousands of members in more than 225 universities and professional chapters work to support these efforts in over 45 countries.
To find out more about how you can get involved, go to www.ewb-usa.org and click Get Involved.
Build a better world with us.
Build a better world with us.
Build a better world with us, one community at a time.
In Wisconsin, the laws are the same for bicyclists and motorists. So if you bike, ride with the traffic and obey stop signs and lights. Whether you ride a bike or drive a car, you must yield the right-of-way to pedestrians at marked and unmarked crosswalks. At intersections, always look for pedestrians before making a turn. And slow down in school zones and neighborhoods to keep our kids safe. Share and be aware. We're all responsible.
Bayport will have it to open up fourth quarter action. Armstrong on the back door, but couldn't get the shot off. Good play coming out of the quarter, though. Good try. Grobig to the hole. Shot is off, no good. And I believe Ryan committed a foul. Nope. Sagal committed that foul. South will have it. South working the perimeter. Schrader not able to get a lot of shots off. Harrison, not good. Schrader with the rebound. Off no good. Tip by Knuth is no good, but South comes away with the rebound again. They're scrapping under the boards, Chris. Good double-up defense by the Pirates to keep Schrader from getting a shot off.
Well, South outscored their opponents in the fourth, 192 to 169, so.
Jake Knuth with a follow-up. It's the first points of the quarter for the Red Wings. They're down 14. Grobig. Oh, nails it. Oh, 17-point lead now for Bayport. Harrison inside feed to Selk.
Bad pass.
And one right after the other. Those three bad passes in a row. And a three-point basket by Knuth. Well, we don't see him shoot from out there very often, Chris. Good make for him. Shot is up and good by Frieder, a three-pointer. 60 to 43. We're under 6 minutes left in the ball game. And not a good pass. Armstrong kicks it out. Grobig couldn't get it in. Cost Armstrong an assist. Schrader, nice kiss off the glass. A good crossover dribble to get that shot off. Good quickness there. Armstrong, where's the left hand, young man?
He's 0 for the night, 0 for 7.
Really? Wow. Well, he made his first 2 free throws and then he struggled from the line after that too. Reverse layup attempt by Matt Schrader is off, no good. Good move to the hoop, just couldn't finish.
Bayport coming in averaging 57 or over that.
Armstrong gets fouled. He got the ball underneath the basket in good shape and looked like he was going to score, but South fouled him.
3 turnovers for Bayport, 18 for South.
3 on the night, boy.
And it wasn't because of, extreme pressure either. It's just.
For a spell there in the second quarter, I believe it was, Chris, I thought South did a real good job of handling the press you know, and pushing the ball up the court, but, you know, it got away from them as the game wore on. They just didn't seem to handle the ball like they needed to.
And now South is 16 of 36 shooting.
They're 6 for 12 from the line now, those two makes.
You know, you look at Bayport, they got 56 shots. They got 20 more shot attempts than South.
Schrader from way outside couldn't get it in. Kick out to a pitch. He nails a three.
That guy should get more shots. He's 3 for 3.
Just think if he got 20 shots.
Yeah, 3 for 3 from three-point range.
South would be up. Sagel,
They always got one
Frieder,
coming
that
back.
was.
They always got one coming back, Marty.
Yeah, that's what hurts.
20 more shot attempts, though, Marty. That's a lot.
That is a lot. You're right. You know, you're not going to win basketball games with that happening. Matt Schrader in the lane, working hard, but couldn't get it in. McLaughlin with a rainbow, got it in. (65-51). Zietz with the foul.
Just 2 of 9 tonight for Schrader.
Armstrong.
He doesn't like me saying he didn't have any buckets tonight,
He's
Marty.
got 7. He's played a nice game, actually, even though he hasn't scored very much and hasn't shot well.
Whoa!
Pitch for another 3.
4-4.
Wow-wee.
12 points.
Down 13 with 3:30 left.
They always come back, Marty. Oh, he missed this time.
But they got the rebound. Grabig from 12. Rolls off. The ball bounces around underneath. Armstrong with it. And Bayport gets a 30-second timeout before the turnover. There's 3:11 left in the game. It's 67-54 Bayport. Our next game is going to be on Friday, January 11th, when Bayport comes back to Sheboygan to play North. I want to mention about the website again, WSCSSheboygan.com. A lot going on. We got a couple of games next week too, Chris, Tuesday and Friday. Southwest, we'll touch on them twice. I tell you, this schedule is just wonderful.
Well, why doesn't, because they're other division, why doesn't, like, home and away with the Sheboygan teams? You know, and it's easier for busing, too. I know. You know, next year you got to schedule 2 trips to Sheboygan. But this year we don't have as much because we got...
How do they do baseball? They play.
I made the schedule. And it's good because I made it.
Well, didn't you say, was it Gino Mand when he was at Manitowoc did the scheduling for the conference basically? It was a little easier then, though.
Well, when they moved conferences, they wouldn't allow us to do it anymore, but I invented the schedule. We're playing baseball. We're playing both teams the same week.
There's another turnover, too, by the way, by South. Who? Say that again?
In baseball, we're going to play every team the same week. So if we were playing Bayport, on Tuesday you may go to Bayport, and on Thursday you'll play them at home.
Okay.
Every team is going to play the same. Still have 3 doubleheaders, but which will be odd for 1 year, but you know, you'll play 2 and 1. But that way it's kind of different.
Minzleff has 30 now with that basket. Well, he sat out almost all of the third quarter, so we'll give him a little bit of time. And good effort on the save by Matt Miller, but he threw it out of bounds. And South has got to be up to 20 turnovers now, huh, Chris? About.
How about 20 turnovers, Marty? You were right on that.
I didn't need my clicker for that. Good movement to the ball. Minzleff has it inside and tosses it out of bounds. Had a good idea to hit his teammate, but teammate wasn't expecting it. That was Zach Yonke cutting through the lane. Well, I tell you, Connor really takes a long time getting that ball in.
South averaging 50 points a game. They're at 54.
Bayport, I think, is scoring more this game than they normally do.
Yeah, they're at 57.
Yeah. Well, the shot is up and in by Zietz, cutting down through the lane, and he gets fouled.
He's 3 of 4 of the night. He's got 3 rebounds, too.
1:48 left in the ball game. Selk coming back in for the Red Wings. You know, with the made free throw, Chris, it's down to 12 points, but, you know, we had talked about this the last time we were here. You know, they may only lose by 11, 12, 13 points, but in reality, it wasn't that close.
No.
Oh, nice feed inside. Oh, the shot rolls off. Another attempt by Harrison is off, but he was fouled.
We got 8 rebounds for Harrison.
He's been a beast under there, that's for sure.
1 of 4 from the floor, though. And again, they'll probably outscore their opponent in the fourth quarter, which has been a trend, but...
Well, you know what that signals sometimes?
I know.
Is they're way ahead and playing their other guys.
That's what they're doing.
So, in a sense, it's meaningless in this regard.
Yep.
Couple of free throws by Harrison gives him 4 on the night now, 4 points, and it's 69-58.
Yeah, Bayport has all their subs in, and once again, you know, South has all their starters. So, it's the middle, except for Zietz. Zietz is in there for Schrader.
Nice pass to Selk for 2, and a timeout.
And here's the situation again.
69-60 with 1:22 left, and there come the subs. I mean, the starters back in for Bayport.
Yeah. Won't look so bad on the scoreboard like you mentioned, but again, you know, Bayport trying to play their guys, and Coach Schultz leaving his starters in.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Chris is not a happy camper. No interviews. Unless you want to go down and do Coach Reichel.
No.
Deep, Armstrong. Good defense played by Amundsen.
Anytime you get a chance to beat Bayport, it's a good thing if you're from Sheboygan, and so we don't want to. That's just his 4th foul.
That's his 4th for Connor. Zietz coming back, and Matt Miller coming back.
Pitch, you mean?
Pitch, 15, not number 5. Zietz coming out. No, Zietz is still in there. Another good decision by Peyton Armstrong to just take it out.
Yeah, they don't need to score anymore.
South on a steal. Harrison gets fouled on the way to the basket by Armstrong. He'll have 2 free throws for Armstrong. That's his 4th, Chris.
Be interested to see how Bayport handles the pressure from Sheboygan North, because they did a pretty nice job tonight. Just 5 turnovers, but
one thing I noticed about North, I thought they'd do a little better on their rotations coming up to double team than we've seen Sheboygan teams do in the past.
That's where we'll see if
if they
Peyton Armstrong earns his keep.
Right. Good foul by Zietz, but not called. And Selk gets the foul just in time. Otherwise, it would have been an easy layup for Bayport.
Once again, it was South had opportunities at the free throw line, and we just
Yeah, they're not getting it done
they don't
when they
make
need
them,
to.
you know. Yeah.
Coach Schultz making the offense and defensive substitutions, getting the better shooters in. Sagal has 11 points. Make it 12 now. We've got Bayport with 3 players in double figures.
And I guarantee a win on Friday for these boys. They travel up to West. Catch them there.
Yep.
Can stop talking about not winning. Have a chance against Notre Dame and Southwest. Got East yet a couple times.
Lays it in and he's fouled. They have a chance at a 3-point play again. South with another turnover. And it's not been pretty, to say the least.
This is one you should just let go, but they're not going to let it. They're not going to.
Put that one right on the crotch and stopped, and then it dropped in. Can we get a replay of that, Kerry? .1 seconds left. It's 74-60. Bayport on top. Harrison from outside the line. It's way short and out of bounds. Pirates will have it.
Not good.
Well, good tip away, but the Bayport still keeps it.
Don't foul.
Miller wanted to foul, but they wouldn't call it. And going for the dunk, but not making it, was Yankee. Kick out.
Hit another one.
Pitch, in and out.
That's his first miss.
What's the matter with him? What was he, 5 for 6 now?
4 or 5.
4 or 5 so far.
That was real close, too.
Had a good look. Zeitz couldn't get it in, and that will be the ball game. Final, Bayport 74, South 60. We're going to take a short break, come back, and we'll wrap this ball game up.
Cable access channels ensure you the ability to exercise your First Amendment rights through the medium of television. They create opportunities for mutual communication, education, and artistic expression. Public access makes community participation possible and gives you a voice in your community and your world. Make sure everyone has a voice. Support your local public access channel.
Did you know that having diabetes puts you at risk for vision loss? I'm Dr. Robert Melendez for the American Academy of Ophthalmology. I see firsthand how vision problems can affect lives. We are urging adults with diabetes to strictly control their blood sugar levels and have dilated eye exams every year. Know your risks. Save your sight. To learn more about diabetes and eye health, visit geteyesmart.org.
I am a Packer fan.
And we're Packers fans. Hi, I'm David Collins, Superintendent of the Wisconsin State Patrol. Packers fans are the best fans in football.
We are the ultimate team players.
The ultimate team player. Be the ultimate team player. Always have a designated driver. Always have a
Designated driver.
Live responsibly. Packer fans.
Don't let fans drive drunk.
Responsibility has its rewards.
Go Packers! Go Packers! Go Packers!
At South High School's Acuity Fieldhouse, where the Bayport Pirates defeated the Red Wings 74-60. Chris, your impressions of Bayport?
Well, not as good as I thought they were, I'll say that. I think they can be had, and we'll have to see on Friday night. But you're going to have to stop Steve Metzloff. He's pretty tough. And, you know, they do the good things. They do take care of the basketball, but we'll see what they do against Sheboygan North. I'm curious about that. As far as Sheboygan South is concerned, just a few too many turnovers. You know, they're not that far away, and You know, they're very, very young, and every game you got to take it in small steps, and don't always look at the scoreboard, but are you getting better every game?
Good comments there. South was led by Jake Knuth with 12 points. Matt Schrader, their leading scorer, only had 6. Bayport had 3 players in double figures, led by Steven Minzloff, who had 30. Ryan Frieder had 13, and Tyler Sagel had 11. Our next game is going to be Friday, January 11th, when Bayport comes back to Sheboygan to play North. We look forward to bringing you that game. And for the crew and my partner Chris Wright, I'm Mike Martin saying thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.